There are moments when the fabric of history seems to tear, just a little, revealing glimpses of something impossible, the whisper of an ancient secret, murmur from the shadows of time, calling out to those who dare to listen. They are known as OOPArts, out-of-place artifacts. Objects that should not exist, that defy the understanding of archaeologists, historians, and scientists alike. Objects that seem to slip through the cracks of time, landing in places they have no right to be. Consider the small, seemingly unremarkable stone that was found by miners deep within a mountain in Peru in the early 20th century. For weeks, they had been digging through layers of rock, thousands, even millions of years old. Then, as their pickaxes clinked against the stone, they found something nestled inside. A hammer. Not a primitive tool made of rough-hewn stone, but a modern-looking hammer with a wooden handle and a metal head. Encased in rock that was over 400 million years old. How did it get there? How could it even exist in such a place, such a time? Scientists analyzed it. They prodded it, poked it, and scanned it. The rock around the hammer was ancient, beyond ancient, dating back to a time when life on Earth was still emerging from the primordial ooze. Yet the hammer seemed to be just a few hundred years old, its wood turning to coal, its metal head showing signs of modern forging techniques. Contradictions piled up like waves in a storm. Theories swirled. Was it a hoax? A misplaced tool? Or something far stranger? Something that hinted at a hidden history, a timeline that didn't fit neatly into our textbooks. And that's just one example. Let's take a journey to South Africa, to a small mining town where miners unearthed a series of spherical objects, perfectly round, with grooves running along their equators, as if crafted by some ancient, precise hand. First glance, they were dismissed as geological oddities, formations that nature itself had molded over countless millennia. But upon closer inspection, these spheres defied explanation. They were made from a type of alloy that shouldn't have existed on Earth billions of years ago, when these stones were supposedly formed. The grooves, perfectly straight and uniform, suggested not the random chisel of nature, but the deliberate hand of some advanced craftsman. What kind of civilization could have crafted such objects? Theories abound. From lost ancient societies with technologies we can't comprehend, time travelers who left behind these breadcrumbs of proof. Could they be messages from a forgotten past? Or perhaps warnings from a future we've yet to encounter? Each artifact, each mysterious object, becomes a clue in a riddle that taunts the very foundations of our understanding. Then there's the Antikythera mechanism, discovered in the wreckage of a sunken Roman ship off the coast of Greece in 1901. It was a corroded lump of metal at first, dismissed as little more than debris. But as the archaeologists began to clean away the centuries of encrusted silt, they saw something extraordinary. A complex array of gears, intricate enough to rival the inner workings of a modern clock. Dubbed the world's first computer, this device could predict astronomical positions and eclipses decades in advance, an invention far ahead of its time. Some have argued that its sophistication suggests a knowledge that could not have existed in ancient Greece. So who built it? And why was it lost at sea? As we sift through these mysteries, the list grows longer, the questions more tantalizing. Piece of aluminum machinery found buried in a Romanian sandpit, seemingly modern but encased in earth that dates back to the Miocene era, over 10 million years ago. A map found in 16th century Turkey, a Piri Reis map, that appears to show Antarctica's coastline not as it is now, but as it would be beneath the ice, something modern scientists only discovered through sonar and satellite imaging in the last few decades. Are these artifacts proof ancient advanced civilizations, like the lost city of Atlantis, whose technology was said to rival or surpass our own? Could they be evidence of extraterrestrial visitors, leaving their mark on our planet like breadcrumbs to trace their journeys? Or are they signs of something even more fantastical, like time travel, a fleeting glance into the twisted, tangled fabric of history where time loops back on itself, like a Mobius strip? Some dismiss these objects, these OOPArts, as fabrications, coincidences, or misunderstandings. They argue that the hammer in the rock, spheres in South Africa, the mechanism in the sea, they all have mundane explanations if you dig deep enough. But for every skeptic, there is a believer, someone who sees in these artifacts a glimpse of a grander narrative. A story that spans not just centuries, but millennia. Not just continents, but worlds. Each OOPArt is a crack in the wall of accepted history, a gap through which one might glimpse something extraordinary. They tell us that the past is not as we think, that history, as we know it, is just a thin layer of dust on an ancient, sprawling, and untamed wilderness of time. And as you dig deeper, the sense of wonder grows, along with a gnawing fear. Or what if we are not the first? What if others came before us, with knowledge and power far beyond our own, only to vanish into the mists of time? What if they left these artifacts behind as warnings, puzzles, or perhaps even traps? As we stand on the precipice of discovery, staring into the abyss of our forgotten past, one question remains. Do we dare to step further into the darkness, knowing that we might not like the safety of your home? Think of the hands that touched these objects before us, the eyes that gazed upon them, wondering at their purpose, the stories that were told and the secrets that were kept. And ask yourself, what if it's all true? What if the mysteries of the past are just the beginning, and what lies ahead is stranger and more wonderful than we can possibly imagine? The artifacts wait, buried beneath the earth, the bottom of the seas, and hidden in plain sight, waiting for someone, perhaps you, to unravel their secret. The question is, will you listen to their call, or will you, like so many before, turn away from the unknown? The choice, as always, is yours.